Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsy69 and welcome back to some Hold My Kebab replays. We have 3 replays for you today. All 3 are truly amazing replays. Now, this one is K-Easy in the Death Star. Now, he gets so lucky with RNG. I wish I had the RNG this guy has in this replay. And not just the RNG. It's more, actually, it's not even RNG. It's just the enemies. Like, they gave it to him on a plate. They just turn around and they pretty much spank me with your 183, because that is what's going to happen pretty much all game. So he's going to get a shot in on the Conqueror there, and I'm very surprised he wasn't spotted, because that is what happens all the time now in this tank. You shoot your gun and you get spotted. Usually doesn't really matter where you are in the map. That's why I don't really play this tank no more. Wargaming nerfed it a while ago, but it did need a nerf. The camo was pretty OP on the tank, and that's really, for me, that's the only thing that made it OP. People go on about the alpha of this breaks the game, but I never thought that this tank was broken. I've never really feared this tank when I see it on the enemy team. The only time I really fear this tank is when it's looking at me. That's the only time. I mean, you need to make it not look at you. Simple. So now, nice shot there on the Waffle. Poor Waffle didn't have a clue that there was the Death Star there. So he's now done 2 shots. The first shot was a failed HE, and now he's just, I mean, look at this. Hello, 50M. Thanks for your rear. There's 1263 damage, and that now pushes his damage up to 3,400 with just 3 shots made. Now, he's on a long reload, but look what we have here. We have 2 tanks that are not facing us, so he is going to go for the first one. 1191 hit points the Conqueror's got. Goodbye, Conqueror. You are now going back to the garage. So that is 4 shots, 4.6k damage. He needs to reload because it's now 4 against 4. But oh look, another tank that has his rear to a Death Star 183. And here we go. 1,431 damage. So that's 5 shots. 5 shots made, and he's on 6,000 damage. When it goes your way in this thing, it goes your way. Now, if this was me, that Foch, I would have probably hit him on the track. The Waffle, I would have probably missed. And the Conqueror, I would have probably, maybe I would have took that one. But now he has a situation where it's a 2 versus 4. There is 3 tanks. I think actually all 4 tanks, well, now 3, are all a 1 shot. So this is the only AP he is going to clear. And he didn't even need to aim at that IS-7. So he's now on 6.9k damage with 2 tanks left. But both tanks are pretty much on a 1 shot. I know this E50M is, and there is a Tortoise that is about 240 hit points as well. So he's got 2 HE shots, and he's only going to need to splash this E50M with the HE, and the E50M does make the mistake in poking forward, and he clears him for his 4th kill, bringing it now down to a 1 versus 1. Now, at the moment, we're not sure where the Tortoise is, but you can see there the FV4202 right, he says, and he's going to tell him the amount of hit points roughly he was on anyway. So we know that he's not AFK. We know that he is around this area somewhere. So hopefully there's still 3 minutes left on the clock, and he is now spotted. So in this situation, when you're a 1 versus 1 slow tank that you can HE, this is where you wish the Tortoise just had a little bit more hit points. So it's only going to take a splash in the face. He gets a nice bounce there from the Tortoise, and he takes him out for his 5th kill. 7,300 damage, Top Gun, high caliber, Radleys. He gets the Klobanov medal as well. So thank you very much, K-Easy, for sending me that replay in. You took all the shots that you needed really well, and RNG was on your side, and of course the enemy was as well. Next up, Critical Hit. Now this is an amazing game, and again, he gets away with it. He does get a bit lucky because of the enemy. I mean, most of these replays could actually go in World of Dummies, because there are some complete dummies on the enemy team. Not talking about the platoon. The platoon I actually know, Free Potato and Hab, who I call Hamlet. He's a good guy, and he's been around for a while. I've known him for quite a while. He's in the 262 now. Critical's going to get a nice shot there in on Hab, and that was a really nice shot. I'm very surprised that even managed to penetrate. So as we know, the T62 is one of the best medium tanks in the game at the moment, because Wargaming just keep buffing it and buffing it and buffing it. Now it has great gun depression, it has a great turret, great DPM, great accuracy. Everything about this tank is now nearly OP, pretty OP if I'm honest. So he's going to turn around and he's now going to go for the Leopard. He tried to keep his missile tank alive, but unfortunately couldn't get there in time, and he's going to start using this HE to clear the Leopard. Now face hugging tanks is amazing in this tank as well, because of your turret and you are quite low profile. It's really good. If you can get close to the enemy, I would definitely recommend not face hug them but side hug them, and you will definitely get some bounces. The armor is still pretty troll as well. Now he's going to circle this AMX 50B, and as you can see here, he is face hugging him, and the Leopard 1 comes in for the ram, completely fails, but he critical hit does manage to take him out for his second kill. So it's 5 against 5 now. The platoon up here, Hab and Free Potato, are both working really well together. The Leopard is a one shot, so he needs to be very careful, but he really needs to take out Hab in his T62. Nice high roll there, but he is going to take a shot in return. So this platoon, they played pretty well together, but unfortunately they just really didn't get the help from their team. Now the 268 decided to push, but now that makes him in a really bad position, because he's got the Leopard in front, who he does take out, but he's also now got the T62 behind. Now if he can turn around and high roll, he can clear this T62, but he needs to do it pretty quickly, because as we know, the DPM on this tank is amazing, one of the best in the game. But the T62 does manage to get around his side and take him out for his 4th kill, bringing it now down to a 2-on-3. The IS-4 on his team is the other side of the map, but he does have all 3 of the enemy tanks around. So critical hit needs to get there pretty quickly. He needs to rush as quick as we can, as long as that IS-4 doesn't take a shot from the E4, who he just does, because now he's just took a big portion of his hit points, and he's only can get really shot once more, and that is exactly what happens. It always happens. As soon as critical hit gets there, they take him out. So now he took out the E4, nice shot there, but he's got no choice now to run away, because an autoloader, a heavy autoloader, and the KPF, they can pretty much, the autoloader it's only going to take 2 shots for him to clear the T62, and especially if the KPF can get that big 500 alpha roll into him as well. So he's doing a good job here, running away. We know that the AMX 50B has bounced 1 shot. He does pen the other shot, and I think he missed 1 shot as well, so he is now on a reload. If he's going to take him out, he needs to be quick. He needs to get away from the KPF, and he's still going to take at least 2 shots to clear him. I'm not sure what the reload is left on this AMX 50B, but he needs to be really quick. And here comes the KPF, who's just donked his shot. So critical hit on 6 kills and 6,400 damage. He is now going to rush in and try to circle this guy, which is exactly what he does. And because of the DPM, he can take him out pretty quickly. 69 HP, and it's only going to take 1 more shot. Well played, critical hit. 7 kills, 7,000 damage. 21,000 credits earned as well. Top Gun, High Caliber, Rezani, Kolobanov, and 1,811 base XP. Well played to the enemy platoon. Good game, Hab. Good game, Free Potato. Unluckily, them 2, at least on the last 2, wasn't so good. Next up, Ulfar. I always do this when I see him. We're going to call him Ulfar from now on. So if you'd watch my T22 video this week on Monday, where I uploaded the top 4 Hall of Fame replays or battles in the T22. Sitting at number 1 was Ulfar, and just over 8,500 damage. But if you did watch that, he did get pretty lucky, because the server pretty much crashed, and there was pretty much 2 people or 2 tanks on each team that both went AFK, because the ping and the server just generally just messed up. So he kind of got lucky with that Hall of Fame. He really got lucky with that Hall of Fame. So he wasn't happy with that. He wasn't happy with that, and he sent me this literally after I made my video. So I wasn't going to reset and delete the video and remake it. I thought, you know what, I'm just going to add it into these replays. So he wasn't happy with the Hall of Fame. He thought it was pretty easy, so he went again. And bearing in mind, he hasn't had this tank long. He got it in the crates for only a couple of crates. It only took him a couple of crates, maybe even one. I can't remember how many it took him to get the tank. And already he has a Hall of Fame at number 1 currently. That was before this battle. So that Hall of Fame that he had, he beats it this battle. And this time he messaged me saying, look, here we are, another Hall of Fame. This time the server didn't crash and there was no AFKs. So 1 tank down now. The E100 on the enemy team got pretty much caught out alone, and the same as this Jaegeru, the life bender, the life binder. Good mate of mine. I've known him for quite a while actually. And I haven't seen him around for quite some time actually. So he also now gets caught out. He does do a good job clearing in one of them tanks. And now you're bad, says Binder. Oof. So he's on his own. There's really not much he can do with all these green tanks around, because the enemy decided to go through the city. They decided to go to the city, and now he's going to have some side shots. So he gets a nice side shot there into the 121B. There is a Death Star there as well, but at the moment he's now just spotted an E75 that currently looks like he is on his own. So on his way, he's going to see if he can get some shots off, but he is going to get towards the E75. So good choice, very good choice. It is a 4-on-4, but as soon as he gets there, of course, there is the enemy Waffle now supporting this E75. So at the start of the game, it looked pretty easy for the green team. But now, I mean, the enemy done pretty good in bringing this back. They have done pretty good in bringing the score level. And he does take a nasty shot from that Death Star to bring his hit points now only down to 703. 4 against 4, gets a nice block damage there from that Waffle. And that's just the T22 all over. You can just bounce from your side, you can bounce from your rear, you can just bounce pretty much from anywhere. So at the moment it's a 4-on-4, but he's keeping 2 tanks here on pretty much on their own and away from the game. E50M takes out his E50M on his team to bring it now down to a 3-on-4. He has 2 tanks here, so it is a 2 tank around that area. The E50M and a Death Star is around that area, and we know that the E75 and the Waffle is around that area. There goes the AMX-50B, so it is now a 2-on-4. So again, with the amount of hit points he's got, this is no way going to look like a win. So he is going to take out probably the most dangerous target on the enemy team, and that is the E50M. But he is now left alone against 4 tanks. He's going to get a shot there from the E50M. He's now a 1-shot to any of those tanks in the game, and he's still alone against 3 tanks. The enemy Death Star, I mean, he's going to start shooting... it should only take HE, but unfortunately for the Death Star, he does low roll and leave him on 43 HP. Now, Allfard needs to be really, really careful, because it's only going to take a little nudge to clear his hit points, and he clears the Death Star just as the Waffle approaches, and now he can start shooting the Waffle with HE. He realized he couldn't run away. He realized if he starts running away, the Waffle will get him, and as I've said before, with side hugging, he does manage to get the bounce. And just as he takes out the Waffle, here now comes the E75, who is also on a 1-shot. He needs to hold his nerve. He's on 8,300 damage. He's blocked 1,900 damage. But what a game he is having. He's going to get a few troll bounces here now. And this is just when you think that everything's going to go your way, and he's rushing his shots. He's got no choice to rush his shots. I think the E75 there just missed his shot, and so he is going to start using the HE or the heat just to guarantee that pen. I mean, it's being very, very troll now. He just cannot pen that hatch on the E75, and he must be so frustrated at the minute, because right now he hasn't got the Hall of Fame, but that 1-shot doing 60 plus damage now puts it above his other Hall of Fame. So now 8,549 is your new Hall of Fame in the T22. 1,934 base XP as well. So thank you guys for sending me all those replays. They were really good, really enjoyable to watch. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. I'm meadsy69, and I will catch you all soon. Bye bye.